everyone, it's Yvonne here from Share It Forward. Welcome back, and if you're new here, hello, I would love you to join us. One of my viewers has asked for me to share some tips on styling belts, and so I thought, give it some thought, started jotting down some notes, so I've got some notes in front of me, because I thought it would be helpful to maybe do a video purely on styling belts. So I think I would want to begin by saying I don't really have any fashion rules, but what I am doing is sharing some of my tips for you to consider when styling an outfit with a belt. I think it's important to say as well that belts have moved on from merely holding up trousers. They're a key fashion accessory. In some instances, they're almost like a piece of jewellery in my view, and they can really elevate your outfit, and you can get more out of your existing wardrobe. You'll have seen quite a few of my videos recently when I've been adding to my belts to switch up and change my existing wardrobe. So they can really quite helpfully enhance your body shape. They can accentuate your waist or add structure, for example, over a cardigan or a jacket. So you'll have seen one of my cardigan jackets that I bought quite recently from Under the Stories in Avian Cream on. And that comes with a self-tie knitted belt. So you can see belts in different forms. They can be used to, as I said to you, enhance your individual shape. So for example, you know, they can create that lovely hourglass shape when you place a belt at your natural waistline. Similarly, if you have a longer torso, a wide belt will make you look more proportionate by shortening your torso. Likewise, a thin belt can elongate a shorter torso, so you can use a belt for a variety of things, not just accentuating your outfit, but accentuating yourself as well. As well, they can bring colour in what you're wearing. So if you choose a complementary belt, for example, it can really bring out the tone, in my view, of what you're wearing. So what I'll do is I'll show you one outfit, sharing that with two different belts and how it can just change the tone and colour of what you're wearing. Okay, I've just spoken about how a belt can complement and add additional tone to what you're wearing. So as you can see here, I've just got this lovely tan belt on with an all grey outfit. So I've just got a simple t-shirt on, grey pants, and I think the tan belt, adds an element of warmth, brings out the warmth, I think, of the grey. I think it just looks absolutely lovely. But let me show you how I can quickly switch that up. Okay, so I've got the exact same t-shirt on, grey pants, but I've literally just switched out the tan belt for the same size belt, same belt actually, in black. So you can see how here it just brings out more of a cool tone to the grey. Both equally nice, but just gives me a different look by merely switching up my belts. Also, they can make a statement. For example, a white belt will come into their own in autumn 2022. We'll see that not only a wide belt, something like this for example, but they will really become quite wide and coming into something akin to a corset. I'm going to share a photo next with one of the designers that I've seen, and you'll see how that can take an outfit to something completely different than its original intent. So we'll see that, and that's also coming through to the high street as well. So I've seen that as well. I've seen examples of these corset belts on Amazon, so I'll share a link with that. I'm not saying that you need to spend loads here. The designer link is just something for me to show you as an example of how that can then start off at that designer level, and then that will come through to the high street. So I think that autumn 2022 wide belts will very much take on a new meaning. Okay, so I've just spoken about how a wide belt can make a statement and how that can really change the look of what you're wearing. So the dress I have on is black and white print, sort of a bit of a houndstooth type, and it comes with its own self belt, as you can see, and I love wearing it like that. But I do like to get more out of my existing wardrobe, so let me show you how changing the belt can change this dress to be something different. Okay, so what I've done now is I've swapped out the self belt and I've put on this wide leather belt, and as you can see, it breaks up the pattern of the dress and highlights the belt, and more importantly, it adds definition to the waist area. So purely switching up a belt, you've got the same dress but two different looks. Also as well, when you are styling it, so say for example you're wearing jeans, make sure you can see the belt. So if you are wearing it, don't put your top over it. So if you have a top on, then make sure you either tuck all of it in or do a little half tuck where you then accentuate your belt and you can see part of that tucking out. I'll give you an example now so you can see what I'm talking about here, and how just a simple tuck on a blouse into your pants can just really then accentuate and highlight the belt in a quite a nonchalant way, if that makes sense. So I'll show you that next and then come back. Okay, so I've just spoken about being able to see the belt. So if you are wearing trousers and you have a top on and you just want to have a bit more of that boho style, you can do the half tuck, but ensure that you make sure that you can see your belt. It adds to your outfit in that bit of nonchalant way, so I've still got that bit of half tuck going on. This, by the way, is a knot belt. Sadly, this one is no longer available. I've had this for quite a few years, but I have found something quite similar on Amazon, so I'll share that link with you below in the comments box. But as you can see here, it just gives that little bit of added definition, added interest to the outfit that you're wearing. So this is a knot belt, and yeah, just make sure that you can see your belts. Adding a belt as well can change how, in particular, a dress can look. For example, it can cinch in a very billowy dress and make it something completely different. So I bought something very billowy quite recently for holiday that I haven't shown you yet, but I'm going to share that with you now so you can see how a belt will change the look of that dress quite significantly. So I'll show you that next and come back. Okay, so this is a dress I bought quite recently for holiday. As you can see, it's lovely and cool, it's breezy and billowy. Absolutely adore it. But let me show you how I can change the look for this dress by simply adding a belt. So all I've done here is add in a belt and just push the sleeves up a little bit, and all of a sudden I've got a little different look for this gorgeous dress. Two looks for one, and all I've done is added a belt. This is a black belt with silver, although the dress is navy. I think it goes exceptionally well and a bit of a winner for me. So 2 outfits for the price of 1 belt. A belt also can change the, as I say, the intent of the belt. So for example, you can complement the belt to match your dress. So for example, you'll know that I've bought a range of these belts, well 2 of them actually, not a range, 2, one in black and one in brown. And this kind of what I call boho style can really then change the look of your dress. So I'll show you what I mean by that by sharing another outfit with you. Okay, so I've just spoken about how you can use a belt to complement the style of your dress or your outfit. This this dress I think is quite boho. It comes with its own self-tie belt, and you know I like tonal dressing, and it looks great. But I can change that maybe to choose a belt that is complementary and boho style to my dress. So I'll come back and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay, so all I've done is change the self-tie belt with this tan and silver, and I think the silver detailing on the belt adds to that kind of boho relaxed feel of the dress. So same dress, but just changes things up a little bit, so I get another different style of outfit, but complementary. So I think this complements the boho style of the dress. I think as well you can think about matching your belt to your shoes, for example. That's not hard and fast, it doesn't matter, you don't have to. But you know, if that's something you want to do, then that can just kind of create that bit of continuity in your outfit. Also as well, thinking about, you know, a couple of the belts I've shared with you there, that boho style, a thicker belt, a slimmer belt, having a different range of thicknesses. So get something perhaps wide, something medium, something thinner, something then, as I say, quite boho, can really then change. You know, you've got a range of options to maximise your wardrobe. So think about when you have a look at your own belts. Go, you know, after you've had a look at this video, go away and have a look at your own belts and see, and look at your wardrobe and see what outfits you can make, how you can make things different. Okay, I've just spoken about having different styles and different lengths. I've shown you quite a few different styles already, and this one I've just got the same outfit I've had on in the video, but as you can see here, the belt is a wider belt. The holes are covered in a kind of gold as well, so it gives that different kind of ambience, kind of more jeans style. And so yeah, it's a bit more relaxed look. It's wider. I don't think as well, I should say at this point, I don't think you need to have a belt that fits the actual width of the loopholes in your belt. I think it looks very nice to have a thinner belt and sort of accentuating the belt a little bit more. So for this one, it's just slightly broader than the ones I've been showing you, but just slightly different, but I think just still complements the outfit. I think what's interesting, what has been really helpful as well, is if you invest in a belt hole punch. These are very cheap. I got this from Amazon, and honestly that can really save you quite a lot of money because you maximise an existing belt. So for example, if you bought a belt to go through trousers that fit lower down on your hip, for example, and you think, yeah, I'd like to use that belt and put that over my dress, so it's going to go at your waistline. This can, you know, another hole punch in it, you've then got the versatility of your existing belts. So this has really paid for itself. It was only cheap. I'll put a link below to one of them, but as you can see a range of different sizes in the actual punch element of the mechanism. So really that I've used that, well, not me personally, but my husband has punched a lot of holes in the belts, so I get more out of my existing belts, if that makes sense. So I'll put a link below. That has really paid for itself quite significantly. So I think as well, reversible belts is something else. So this is one I have, and this is the first one I picked up. I've mentioned this before, from Ralph Lauren, and it's black on one side and tan on the other, and all that happens is you punch that out, switch it over the other side, so then the logo goes on the other side, and you've got two belts for the price of one. So this has been really beneficial. I'll show you it on one dress and then you can see what I mean. So I'll show you that and then I'll come back. Okay, so I'm wearing a black dress with this little tan spot on. I've had this for a few years, absolutely adore it. But let me show you how the reversible belt I've just spoken about can just change this dress to be something a little bit different. Okay, this is the black side, and as you can see here, it's just ever so slightly changed the look of the dress. So I've got something a little bit different. Black complements the black background of the dress. I think it looks great. Okay, same dress, all I've done now is reverse the belt, and I've got the tan showing, which as you can see, just picks out tan spots in the dress. All you could do is change your shoes to some tan shoes, and you've got a different type of look from one dress and one belt. You've got two views. So, I think it's important to think about giving new life to your existing clothes. You don't have to buy new clothes. Think about how the addition of one belt can really change the look of what you actually have. I said to you before, have fun with them. They can be really something that can add to your wardrobe. I'll show you an outfit now so you can see what I'm talking about. You don't have to use the belt loops, for example, in a pair of trousers. You can, loop that in a different way, and I'll show you what I mean by that now, and I'll come back. Well, I've just spoken about having fun, and all I've got on here is a white t-shirt, some white pants, and this is not a belt. This is a necklace that I was looking at a while ago and I haven't been wearing it, and I thought, how can I reuse this? And I put it around my top of my pants, and I think it looks very Chanel style. Absolutely adore it. So have fun and see maybe what you can do. So just to summarise, I think about your clothes, think about the styles, what you have, what the majority of your wardrobe is. If you have more boho styles, you might want to pick more boho style belts to go with that. So have a look at your existing wardrobe and play with the belts you have. And look to see, I'll provide some links below so you can see where the belts that I've bought. I've had some of mine for years, and I look after them. I pop them in little bags, for example, things like this, and I'll just roll them up and I'll pop them in something like this. So I take care of them because I don't want them to get scratched by shoving them all in a box, if that makes sense. So think about that yourself. Think about, as I say, getting the maximum out of your own existing wardrobe. This has been an absolute godsend. It's been really, it's not expensive at all. It's very, very reasonable, and I will pop a link below to that. So I hope this has really been helpful. Do please give me a big thumbs up. If you haven't already, I would love you to subscribe. I think we'd hit 300, and that was absolutely so thrilling. So thank you to those of you who have subscribed. If you haven't, it's free. So it means a lot to the channel going forward. So I hope you've enjoyed it. Leave me a comment below, that would be brilliant. I do, you leave such lovely comments. So yeah, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio everybody, bye.